Alright, I'm in front of the radio station and looks like there's Misty.
What a beautiful morning. But there's so much to do today. I have to come up with a topic for tonight. Something really good.
Probably something about Class 7, maybe? No? Haven't I seen her around somewhere before? I guess she works in the radio station building after all. I wonder what kind of topic she's trying to come up with, though. Where'd she go? She's not in here. Huh. That's strange. She's not in here at all, and no one seems to mention much about her. Very weird. Huh. Wait, so I might as well take care of the easy bookstore quest first. This one's simple delivery. It's impossible to screw this up, and it also gets me a bunch of ground bait. Welcome, feel free to browse at your leisure. Pardon me, but you sent a request to the student council, didn't you? I certainly did, and I'm guessing this means you're taking care of it. Wonderful. Yep, you said you needed help with delivering some books to the Academy's instructors? Correct. I usually handle it myself, so I'm sorry to put that work on you today. Don't mind me asking, is there a reason you needed someone else to do this? Shamefully enough, yes. I lost the order sheet I received from the Academy. So now I'm not sure who I should deliver each book to. That's why I decided it'd be best to ask one of you students instead. You're more familiar with your instructors than I am, so you might be able to deduce who ordered what. So that's why you put the request in with the student council. Exactly. I actually hire a part-timer who's a student at Thors. I'd planned on asking her first, but she's working somewhere else today, so the student council was my only recourse. Haha, now it all makes sense. Is it Becky, that student with the accent? Did I get her name right? So, are you free at the moment? I'd like to get them delivered as soon as possible. Accept. Sure, I'll take these off your hands. Great, here you go. You'll have 5 books to deliver. They make for a heavy load, so be careful carrying them. Behind the War of the Lions, Modern Art, the Complete Works, Topical Science, Analyzing Macroeconomics, Empire's Hottest Spots. Oomph, you weren't kidding about the weight. Did anyone order multiple books? Don't worry, just 1 per person. So 5 deliveries, 5 people, 5 books. Seems simple enough. These are all different enough that I should be able to figure out which instructor ordered each one. I'll get started right away. I'm sure you'll do a great job. Book delivery started. Out of curiosity, are these books actually in here? No, they are not. Oh well. Any new books I can get? I already have you. All of these seem to be good for increasing my links with everyone else. Traditional archery is obviously Elisa. Napping is probably Fee. Manly Munchies. It's a recipe book. I better use this one. Let's see. Manly Munchies. Recipe tomato sandwich, finally. But it'd be kind of a waste to cook right now. Rena's always average for everything, so yeah, I also need assorted grains. Gotta get Eustace into the party for this one. Maybe Machias as well. If it isn't Reen, how may I help you today? If you're here to talk history, I'm sure I can set aside a few hours of my day for an engaging little chat. Not today, thanks. Instructor Thomas is in charge of history and literature. It's not hard to tell why he was picked for the former either. I'm just here to ask where you ordered this book from the bookstore recently. Reen showed Instructor Thomas Behind the War of the Lions. Oh, you have my Behind the War of the Lions. Wait, why do you have my Behind the War of the Lions? Well, it's a long story. Explain the situation, hand over the book. I see, it all makes sense now. Thank you for going out of your way to hand deliver this to me. It was no trouble at all. By the way, this book provides an in-depth look at several of the mysteries surrounding the War of the Lions. Though I suppose you probably figured that much out from the title, I intended on covering these mysteries in class too. But I would be more than happy to lend it to you if the premise catches your interest. I'll let you know if I ever find the time. Thank you for ever so much for delivering my book. I'll start reading it at once. What theories could be contained inside? The thought alone sets my heart racing. Alright, Instructor Mary should be on the main building, 2nd floor. Alright. Or was it some other... Yeah, it's her. In the music room. Why, hello there. Did you have a question for me? I do. Do you have a moment? Instructor Mary teaches both the arts and home ec, so this should be hers. Did you order this book recently? Reen showed Instructor Mary the copy of Modern Art, the Complete Works. Oh yes, I did. But is there a reason you have it? Funny you should ask, it's quite the story. Reen explained the situation to Instructor Mary and handed over the book. I see, that's very diligent of you. Not at all, I'm just doing what was asked of me. See, oh come now, no need to be so humble. I should have said this earlier, but thank you for going out of your way to bring this directly to me. I'm sure this book will increase the quality of my lessons dramatically. You've made my students very happy. That's very flattering. Thank you for taking the time to deliver this. I'll be sure to read it once I've returned to the faculty lounge. Alright, next up is Instructor Makarov on the rooftop. That's not a place you usually find a teacher unless they're going for a smoke. Which he is. Oh, hey, Reen, right? What do you need? Just a moment of your time if you can spare it. Instructor Makarov teaches natural sciences and orbal engineering, so this one might just be his. Did you order this from the bookstore recently? Reen showed Instructor Makarov the issue of Topical Science. Yeah, I've got a subscription to that magazine through the bookstore. But what are you doing with it? Well, it's like this. Well, that'd do it. Thanks. Between schoolwork and doing favors for the student council, you must be one busy guy. I won't deny that. Changing the subject for a minute, mind if I ask what you're doing up here? Evading all of my teacherly responsibilities, couldn't you tell? Right, how silly of me. There are some things you just shouldn't say in front of your hardworking students. It's cool though. I'm doing just enough work to keep me from being fired. You should try it out sometime. No offense, but I think you work too hard. Today's your free day, so you should use it to relax a bit. All that hard work will catch up to you if you don't. That's a good point. Oh, I wouldn't have expected that out of him. I guess he does care about his students in his own way. Anyway, thanks for bringing me my magazine. Catch you later. Right, thank you for your time. Okay, next is the faculty lounge. I think. Yeah. Ugh. You're not Rean Schwarzer from Instructor Wallenstein's class. What brings you to me? May I have a minute of your time? I'm pretty sure he teaches the political and economics classes. That should mean... Do you know this book by any chance? Analyzing Macroeconomics. As it just so happens, that's the very book I ordered from the bookstore, but why do you have it? Wait, don't tell me Wallenstein's corrupted you into a petty thief. You're both stealing Academy deliveries, aren't you? Who would want to steal that? Well, it would sell for a lot, but still. Carefully explain the situation. I see, allow me to apologize for doubting you so readily, and so vehemently. But that raises another question. Your father is a baron, is he not? Then why, pray tell, would someone of such worthy blood perform such menial tasks? What exactly are you asking me? Cough, I don't mean to deny the work ethic or the importance of the student council. But nobles have their roles and commoners have theirs. I would just like for you to keep that in mind. I see. What's more, you could very well have a bright future. Try not to let Instructor Wallenstein's influence stain it too much. That is all. You may take your leave. Thank you for your time. You must be gunning for the title of Thors' most punchable faculty member. You wouldn't be privy to Instructor Wallenstein's whereabouts, would you? Her commissars are scheduled for the same time as my military lessons, so I've been trying to resolve that. Unfortunately, none of my attempts to contact her have received any reply. What on earth could she be doing? It must be rough for someone so straight-laced to work with someone like Instructor Sarah. Instructor Wallenstein never changes. Doesn't matter what she once was. Now she's now an instructor at a military academy. She needs to act like one. Alright, next is my own teacher. Let's see, class 7 dormitory. They don't give me a teleport to the 3rd floor though. What's up, lad? Glad to see you hard at work as ever. I feel as though I'm wasting my breath pointing this out, but you do realize it's the middle of the day, don't you? You got a problem with me spending the afternoon drinking? This is my room and this is my beer. I'm not seeing the problem. Looks like she's completely gone. I get the feeling that one odd magazine in the pile is probably hers. You wouldn't happen to know what this is, would you? Reading showed Instructor Sarah the Empire's hottest spots. Hey, that's the magazine I used the Academy's money to buy. Didn't think you'd read it too. Let's not jump to conclusions now. Looks like I was right on the mark. Truth is... Thanks. That explains it though. Sounds like your work for the student council is varied, if nothing else. Well, might as well have a little look at it now. Flip flip. She might be the most carefree person I've ever met. That's a magazine for people looking to tour the Empire, isn't it? That seems like something you should be buying with your own money, not the Academy's. It's for your field studies. What? I'm reading this so I can research potential field study locations. Yet here you are assuming I'm using it to plan a sneaky little holiday for myself. That's pretty rude, you know. I see. That certainly does sound plausible. It might not seem like it sometimes, but I guess she really is always looking out for us. Ooh, the booze here looks pretty good. First it tells me about Celtic beer, now this. Gotta appreciate a magazine that covers an adult's needs. I take it all back. The only person she's thinking about here is herself. Right, that's all 5 of them delivered. Let's head back and report to Keynes. It looks like you've made all of your deliveries. What a boon you've been. Thank you. Always happy to be a boon. Here, I want to give you something as a token of my gratitude. This may come in handy at some point. Ground bait. Now I have 4 of them. Thank you, much appreciated. Again, I cannot overstate how thankful I am. You'll be the first one I call if I ever need a hand again. I'm always willing to help. See you later. Book delivery complete. Excuse me, you're Klein, right? I am. If he had rare hair, he'd probably look a bit like Klein from Sword Art Online. If you're asking, you must be Reen. Yep, Reen Schwarzer of Class 7. At your service. I read you wanted me to fill in for you at your tutoring job? That's right. Something urgent's come up, so I won't be able to make it today. So I took this straight to the student council. You don't mind me prying, may I ask what's so urgent? Of course. Truth is, my family got into contact with me last night to tell me that my mom collapsed when she was out working. That's all I know, but I've already got tickets for the train out to the country this afternoon. I'd do the same if I were you. The house you'll be tutoring at's a straight shot south from the dorms. It's by the riverside, can't miss it. Your pupil's a boy named Emil, and you'll be speaking to his mother, Melissa. In terms of what and how you teach him, I'm leaving that up to you, and honestly, if you want to back out, that's fine too. I already told Melissa you're not necessarily locked in, so she'll understand if you can't make it. Thanks for giving me the out, at least. Alright, I probably should have asked at the beginning, but... Are you sure you want me doing this? I've never tutored anyone before. Well, you're a student here, so you've got the knowledge to do it at least. Ever helped other people study before? I've helped my younger sister with things she didn't understand at Sunday school. Then there you have it. Emil's got all the books he needs already, so all you need to do is go through the material together. Today's topic should be orbal science, by the way. You might want to brush up at the library if you're not too confident in that area. Thank you for the information. Well then, I've still got to pack, so I'll be heading back to my room now. Any other questions before I go? I should be fine with what you've told me. Nice, this is a real weight off my shoulders. Good luck. I do hope nothing serious happened to his mom. So today's topic is orbal science, huh? You probably had the right idea about going to the library. It's probably worth brushing up on my knowledge of the Rainford Company too. Once I've done that, I'll find that house. We'd be probably better off giving this job to Elisa. Alright. It's this house over here near the docks. Excuse me, I was sent here by a second-year student called Klein. Oh, you must be the one filling in for him. How thoughtful of him to find a replacement. Are you free to tutor Emil now? Accept. Yeah, of course. Oh, thank you. I'll take you to his room then. Well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Reen Schwarzer. I'm a first year and a member of Class 7. Nice to meet you. Likewise. So, what do you say we get started? We'll be going over orbal science today, correct? That's right, I've already got my textbook ready. Wait, the title of that book says Woo Baby. What kind of book is that? Page 40, huh? So we'll be focusing more on the historical side of things. Indeed, for record, Klein and I covered up to the beginnings of the orbal revolution last time. It really deserves to be called a revolution for changing everyone's lives so much and so quickly. I'm sure you know the answer, but let me ask to refresh myself. How long ago did the orbal revolution take place? Starting with an easy one, I see. It started about 50 years ago. Heh, you make it sound like common knowledge. I should have expected you to be smart, since you are a Thors student. I wouldn't go that far. Hold up, do you know who invented orbments? The first choice Epstein. That'd be Professor C. Epstein. Speaking of which, it was in the year 1155, just a year after his death, that the Epstein Foundation was formed by his skilled disciples. Oh wow, I didn't expect to hear all that. You really are amazing. That's not true. The way I explained things probably made them even harder to understand. Either way, I think today's plan is to go over these topics as a refresher first. And after that, we'll try to cover everything up until the year 1170 of the Septium calendar. Sounds good to me. And that's about it. Did you manage to get all that? Yes, I should be good to go. I have to admit, I'm surprised. It's hard to believe that a company as massive as Rainford used to be just a single factory. It really is. The Orbal Revolution brought about big changes just about everywhere. But it's safe to say that the Rainford factory's transformation into such a huge corporation is one of the biggest ones. It certainly ended up having a major impact on Zemuria, so I'd have to agree. Speaking of which, I wanted to ask, what is it that the Rainford factory specialized in making? The book doesn't really mention that. Well, weapons. They specialize in making weapons, such as guns and artillery. The factory's been around for a long time. I've even heard it was around back in the Middle Ages. That's fascinating. Thanks for letting me know. I'm impressed at just how knowledgeable you are. I'm just doing my job. Seems like today's session is over. Are you okay with leaving off here for today? This is a good stopping point, so yes, it was a pleasure to have you as a tutor today. Thank you for covering for Klein. Emil seems to have learned a lot today. He's a great teacher. In fact, I'd even put him on the same level as Klein. I'm honored. I'm glad to see he's happy. Well then, I have to give you something. 2,000 Mira. Thank you. Wait, Mira, I can't just take this. Don't say that, Reen. You're a student. Your only source of income normally is from monster drops, and that's pretty bad. Why not? People normally get paid for their work. Well, I guess. You're seriously below the poverty line at this rate. Didn't really feel like work to me. Guess it'd be rude to refuse it, though. Well, if you insist, thank you very much. You're welcome. I'm very grateful you filled in for Klein. Alright, let's see the quest notes. Yes, +2. Now all that's left is the old schoolhouse, but I want to take care of the bonding events first. As usual, I'll try to show everyone's bonding events, even if I don't end up having them in my final save. Alright, first up I'm gonna talk to Crow. So we meet again. Enjoying a little tea in peace and quiet today, Crow? No, I'm just waiting around for an appointment. They're sure taking their sweet time. Way to keep a guy hanging. Haha, I get the feeling you've done the same thing at least a couple of times. Oh, feeling cheeky today, are we? Can't really deny it, though. I wonder who he's waiting for. It doesn't seem like a girl, at least I don't think. Spend time with Crow. Yes. Mind if I join you, Crow? Sure thing. And hey, once they get here, maybe you can even join in. Yo, kept you waiting, huh? Heh, speak of the devil. Sorry we're late. We ended up getting a bit distracted. This isn't what I was expecting. I'll let you off the hook this time. Better not let it happen again, though. Heh, I know. But what are we messing around for? Let's get started already. Is that Blade? Oh, what? Do you play? I've been telling everyone who'll listen about it. Even handed a deck over to old Mitch to spread the love. So it was Crow's deck that Mitch gave me. Alright, take that. Oh, you're in for it now. Don't give up, Kay. This is nice to see. Didn't think you had it in you to look out for anyone else. Maybe you're not so bad after all. Heh, you flatter me. Want to join in? Bets start free. You can't seriously be making children gamble. I mean, that depends on your definition of gamble. We're just playing for candy. Wait, how does that make it okay? But it's still kind of sad you're betting against kids. Aren't you technically an adult now? Whoa there, slow down a little. Age is all relative in a clash of spirits like this. Take this, bolt! Heh, right into my trap. Eat this, mirror! Oh man, are you serious? You did it, Kay. Hey, piece of cake. Thanks, Crow. I don't even know what we're gonna do with all these sweets. Dang it, that's the last one you're getting out of me. Looks like Crow's the only one losing anything here. I guess I could play a few rounds. Wait, I actually get to play this part? That was off screen, I guess. It's always fun when Crow's around. Hey, now I've got a ton of sweets. I'll split them up with Rudy later. Dang, I'm almost out of sweets to bet. Yo, Reed, you wanna lend me some? I'll give you twice as many back, I swear. Yeah, not happening. Cheapskate. Damn it, I can't end here. Double or nothing. Let's go. Hey, you're gonna lose every time, man. We'll see about that. Considering even I managed to win a few games, I think maybe he's losing on purpose. If he was able to pull off that coin trick on Reen, he could be finding strategies in Blade to lose on purpose convincingly. He's doing horse race betting. Horse racing is an Erebonian tradition. Oh no, he's gonna go broke, isn't he? He's gonna go broke, and then bad stuff will happen, and he's probably gonna need me to lend him money or something. All right, I'll go with Gaius next. Oh, hello, Reen. Sorry, did I interrupt you? No, it's alright. Clara instructed me to do some destins, so I've been spending the day working on those. I felt a bit tired after finishing a couple of them though, so I'm just taking a break for now. Huh, sounds like you've been working hard at least. I kinda wanna see what he's like when he's drawing. Yes. Would it be okay if I stayed a while and watched you draw, Gaius? Fine by me. If you got any good advice, I'm all ears too. Wow, that's quite the elaborate drawing. Compliments like that make me feel like I'm improving. Don't hold back if you have any criticisms to make. Got it. Even though I think this looks pretty great already. You used to draw back home, right? Yeah, I taught myself by painting landscapes and, well, mostly landscapes. But Clara, the head of the club, wasn't too thrilled to hear that. How so? According to her, I draw purely by feel without even the most basic artistic techniques. She told me to take what I see and make it my own, so I've been doing rough sketches like this since last month. In fact, I just finished my 100th sketch. That's a lot. I don't know if I'd have the patience to sit down and do that many sketches. Isn't it kind of a pain? It's not that bad. It helps that Clara's words resonated with me. That's what I'm going to do with my time in the Empire, after all. I'm taking what I see and making it my own. Now seems like it might be a good time to ask, where are you from? I suppose I never did mention that, did I? I'm from the Nord Highlands, to the north of the Empire. Hold on, that's where Emperor Drykuls raised his army. All this time we were learning about Nord class and you were from there? Heh, well, you know. I do plan on telling the rest of the class eventually. Come to think of it, I don't know why Gaius came to Thors in the first place. Hopefully I'll get the chance to ask him sometime. Is something wrong? No, sorry, just spacing out. I'd really like to see your painting when it's done. If it turns into a painting worth seeing, I'll be sure to show you. Bind with Gaius strengthened. Oh, leveled up. Read and Gaius reached link level 2. Sorry, Emma, but your bonding event is not going to end up in my final save. Oh, hello, Reen. I see you're working hard as always. Hey there, Emma. You know, I see you in this bookstore pretty often. What brings you here today? Well, today I'm searching for some study materials. I'm hoping to find some that'll help me with our classwork. Oh, so that's it. Have you come across anything good yet? Not quite. I've been struggling to find something that would make it easy for her to understand. But on my honor as class president, I'm going to keep looking until I find something. I do owe her one after she cheered me up yesterday. Maybe I can help her out. Yes. How about I help you out then? Are you sure? Hey, thank you so much for offering. Okay, to get started, would you mind searching over there? Got it. Unsurprisingly, most of the books here are targeted at people with a high level of education. Fee isn't quite there though, so I need something a bit simpler for her. It's really considerate of you to use so much of your free time to help her. But isn't this cutting into your own studies? It's not a big deal really. I got into the academy on a scholarship, so I want to return the favor by doing all I can to help the other students out. Class 7 is an especially small class too, so helping each other just seems like the natural thing to do. That kind of thinking is why you're class president. You don't need to flatter me. It's not flattery, it's honesty. For what it's worth, Fee's been paying a lot more attention in class since you two started studying together too. I've noticed that. It's nice to see. Hopefully I can teach her how to get excited about learning new things before midterms start. That would definitely be a big step for her. Hearing that makes me really want to find her the right book. You and me both. Oh, what about that book over there? That might work. This one? Reed and Emma's hands brushed against one another as they reached for the book. That was awkward. Oops, sorry about that. Likewise. And plus they managed to find some useful study material for Fee. Still not quite at 1,000. Alright, and for the next one that's not going to be on my final save, I have to go to the dormitory and talk to Sarah. Actually, I wanted to see, does she have any Any additional dialogue afterwards? Thank you for your help, Reen. I think this will be a great study aid for Fee. No problem. I hope your study sessions with her go well. I'll do what I can. Well, if it isn't the Reen Bean Machine, dutifully roaming the campus as always. I feel like I'm wasting my breath pointing this out, but you do know it's the middle of the day, right? You got a problem with me spending my afternoon drinking? It's my room and my beer. I had this conversation before. Okay, this is my good chance to ask her about some things I normally couldn't. Yes. Hey, don't just stand there like you've got nothing to do. You're a student, so come here, sit here and keep me company. I don't see how that has any relation to me being a student. Oh well, I guess this is as good a chance as any. I'll go get myself something to drink. Oh, be a dear and get me something to snack on while you're out too, would you? Fine. Looks like you've been working pretty hard for the student council. That's what I like to see. Building up experience and making memories is exactly what youth's all about. I don't want to hear it, not from the person that pushed me into it in the first place anyway. Especially since I've had a lot on my mind lately regardless. So this is about Machias, huh? Was it that obvious? Well, you don't exactly have a poker face. Have you figured out a way to make up with him yet? I wish. If I'd been completely honest with him to begin with, none of this would have happened, so it's all my fault. But I remember when I had such simple, youthful worries. That's one way to brush me off. Well, the way I see it, your best bet would be just focusing on helping the student council out for today. Helping other people out with their worries will helps you develop as a person and figure out how to take care of your own. Really? Of course, you need to take each and every request seriously, and not just see them as boxes on the checklist, or for the sake of completing a video game achievement. Listening carefully to what a client says and figuring out what they really want from that is a key part of the job. After all, people tend not to say what's really on their mind. You have to listen for it. Hey, what's with that look? I'm just surprised you gave such a helpful, on-point reply. Can I ask you what you did before you became an instructor? Well, let's just put it this way. I've got a lot of experience. More than enough to give you youngins helpful advice whenever you need it. That would be a bit more credible if you weren't completely drunk. Lucid enough to dodge the question, though. Cough. Either way, I'm your home teacher. I'll always help you out if you really need me. For now, though, just focus on what you've got to do. I suppose you're right. Well, it's not every day she gives good advice. I might as well take it while I can focus on helping out the student council. Sarah took a swig of the beer sitting on the table. Gulp, gulp. Ah, that's the stuff. I can take her advice, right? Your bio's instructor Sarah strengthened. I still have no idea if this will affect future free time events. Alright, did I already give your second dialogue? I'm thinking up a theme to base a future painting on. I'm not sure what exactly it'll be though. Don't have too much set yet. Sounds interesting. Alright, might as well just talk to all the other students, even though I can't get any more bonds with them. Kinda shame they limit me like this. What are you doing? Be careful, approaching Clara when she's like that is asking for trouble. Knowing her enough and she'll start chasing you with her chisel. Don't ask me how I know. I wonder if most art artists are like Clara. If so, the art world is a terrifying place. Huh. Is she actually gonna stab me with the chisel? Like, hammer it right into my stomach? Now is not the time. I'm trying to hear this statue's voice. I can almost hear it. Don't make a sound. Alright. I think Elliot's in this building as well. Is he? Let's see if she's still poisoning the food with her weird medicines. Last time I baked cookies, nobody even tried them. Perhaps it's because I let them get cold and men couldn't be drawn in by their exquisite smell. Time to make a new batch, this time with extra rose extract. It brings out the pheromones, you know. Huh? That's your secret ingredient? I know quite a bit about roses. What a lovely scent. You should have joined the gardening club then. That would have been a pretty good fit. Margarita brings an indomitable sense of creativity to her cooking. It's really interesting. If anyone else is creating an entirely new dish in this club, it's going to be her. So it's vital to let your creativity guide your cooking. Even if it leaves your food smelling like soap. I was practicing my food and it kind of broke, just a part of it. I stuck it right back on, so it should be a-okay, right? Right? You should at least try to glue it on or something, right? I don't know. What part of it broke off? It's a metal flute, so it'll probably be fine. Although it's doing a very nice job lighting the wind orchestra. Alright. Wind orchestra tradition to hold a concert every summer. New recruits keep getting better. I think this year's going to be the best one ever. Well, I guess we'll just have to practice enough to make sure that happens. Elliot's definitely head and shoulders above the other new recruits. I can't wait to see how much he improves by the time summer rolls around. I knew that the clubs were pretty serious, but I was still surprised when I heard we were going to perform. I suppose it's nice to see that the wind orchestra holds its members to the Academy's high standards. I wonder if Alan would come along if I invited him. Isn't he the guy from the fencing club who got beaten up by Patrick in the fencing duel? It's been so long since I've seen Alan, but I can't find a chance to even talk to him. Maybe I'll see if I can find him in the training hall later. Yeah, that's him. Turns out the wind orchestra puts on a yearly performance. Just thinking about it is making me excited. We got our practical exam and midterms to deal with before that, though. So much lined up, I feel like our time here will be over before we know it. Hope we can make the most of it. Concerts, practical exams, midterms. Alright. Gymnasium. Yep, there's Alan still on the floor. Yeah, maybe someday I'll be able to challenge him. Someday. For now, I'll talk to Laura. I realize she's a beginner, but is it really such a difficult goal? I could swim 50 arc with ease, but not long after I began. Whatever the case may be, having her put her all into accomplishing this seems to be my only option. This seems kind of intense for a beginner. Once more, Monica, constant practice is the only sure path to improving at anything, and that includes swimming. Pant, swimming is way harder than Pant I ever imagined. Worse yet, I'm starting to feel like I'll never get better. I feel like I'm just wasting all the time Laura spends teaching me. I doubt I'll ever be able to swim a full 50 arg. It's so frustrating. I don't want all the time Laura spent teaching me to just go to waste. Klein got a letter from his siblings earlier. Whoever said it was serious enough to make him skip on today's practice. I hope he's okay. I was just there, too. Academy Field. Ugh. Alright, you. I will absolutely not lose to Elisa. She might be a quick learner, but that's nothing compared to years upon years of experience. Alright. You've told everyone that you're a noble now, right? Yeah, I did. Machias isn't too happy with that turn of events, though. Do you regret it? No, not really. They would have found out eventually. I do want to make it with Machias, though. Perhaps it's about time to tell everyone about my family, too. Well, I should focus on practice for now. Alright, call me when you need me to explore your old schoolhouse with you. From here on, I'm on board with this whole investigation thing. Thanks, I appreciate the help. How am I going to choose my team, though? Well, I can always swap out during the battle itself, so it shouldn't be too big a deal. Oh, I forgot to talk to Eustace. He's somewhere in this... around here. Ah, here he is. Can't believe I missed you. Are you planning on spending today running around the campus on more of the student council's errands? You're a strange one, to say the least. Huh, you say that, but maybe you'd like to join me? I'm afraid I'll have to decline. At any rate, if being an errand boy is your thing, at least do it with the competence befitting a noble. Will do. I'm not particularly given to putting myself at the whims of others and running to and fro on their behalf. But if that's your thing, at least do it with the... Alright. Machias is in the student union. Alright. Where is he? He's not in the kitchen. Huh? Lit Club. It must actually be stopping by this evening. I better start out my recommended reading for her. Lots and lots of yaoi. Ooh, I love this one too, but it might be a bit too much to hand off to her at such an early stage. Gotta start with the softcore stuff, and then slowly give her more and more intense yaoi. Right, there's no point in rushing through these things. I should give her some appropriate starter material. I can be patient. True corruption is a slow burn after all. I have no idea what's going on here. Alright, what's in here? Chess club. Oh, you're in Machias' class too, right? What are you doing here? Oh, I was just passing by, so I thought I'd drop in. Well, to be honest, I was hoping for a chance to talk to you. Well, I've got nothing to talk to you about. I'd rather you just left me alone. I'm busy plotting how to take your dear fellow nobles down a few notches. Machias, are you okay? Well, this strategy backfired. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. You two aren't exactly on the best of terms right now, are you? Don't worry, the burning flame of your true friendship shall steer the two of you through any hardship. Thanks. I'm busy right now. Why don't you go frolic around with Alberea instead? Alright. Who's in this? Occult Research Club. Class 7 is investigating the old schoolhouse, isn't it? Heh, how wonderful. It's so touching to see others go out of their way to tear the shroud off the world's mysteries. I eagerly await your discoveries. Whatever she thinks we're doing down there is probably wrong. Alright, finally, Toa, what do you have to say? Oh, hi Reen, I hear you ran to Angie yesterday? That's strange, there's no bonding event, yet we still got this style of cutscene. Angie? Oh, Angelica? Yep, that's her. George Crow, Angelica, and I have all been friends since we were first years. I was wondering about that, actually. How did you all come to be friends? None of you were in the same class, and you're all part of different clubs, too. Oh, the Academy gave us all a little assignment of sorts to take care of last year. And as we learned to work together, we gradually became good friends. You're like a prototype Class 7. Well, that makes sense. Considering everyone in Class 7 comes from different backgrounds, I wouldn't be surprised if you had some disagreements. But I'm sure you'll get past them and come to understand one another eventually. Just like we did. You can do it. Thanks. I really hope I can do that with Machias. Alright, anyone else Who needs my attention? Maybe I'll go see if whenever she's outside taking care of her motorcycle. We meet again, Mr. Schwarzer. Hey, Angelica. Oh wow, is that it? The orbal bike that George was building, I mean. You bet it is. It's in the middle of a tune-up right now, though. How about it? You want to hop on behind me and go for a ride? Seriously? Sorry. Just wanted to see how you react. I'm afraid I only let ladies shallow me. Don't mean to get your hopes up. Didn't mean to get your hopes up. Man, what? That's a bummer. Wait, what? Hey, glad to see you're interested, though. I haven't found a whole lot of people who actually want to take the handlebars since it's an unusual ride. Stop by my bike club whenever the urge strikes you. I sure hope they let us use one someday. And I am done, finally. What were you doing? I was writing up the oral bike report to send to the Rower Institute of Technology. It's a shame I can't just send their way over the orbal net, though. We just learned about that the other day in class, but I'm still having trouble believing it's really in development. A unified network for computers to exchange information sounds almost too helpful to be real. Sure it does. Once it's properly introduced and distributed, the world's going to be a very different place. It's still in the testing phase now, though, so only some lucky spots have access. And unfortunately for me, there aren't any cables connecting us to Rower, so I can't send them my reports. Alright. Anyone else? Maybe going to... I don't have to talk to Van Dyck to get the quest started, but maybe I should just go see what he's up to anyways. Couldn't hurt to visit him. I leave investigating the old skulls in your hands this month too. Be sure you're fully prepared before entering, however. There's always a chance you may run into yet another fiend. We will, sir. Incidentally, if you don't mind me asking, how much do you know about Fee? She's rather enigmatic, to say the least. She seems to have entered the old schoolhouse to explore on her own before. Fee Clausel has some special circumstances behind her, to say the least. However, I'm sure a time will come when she will trust her classmates enough to speak of it of her own will. I see, you're probably right. I guess it's best to wait until she feels like telling us rather than trying to pry into it. I leave investing. Alright. Did I get any of these medals yet? Medal of Fortitude, but is this one listed? No. I guess that was the beginning medal. Alright. I wonder if they all come with their own stat boosts as accessories, hopefully. Good day, Fee. Are you here for a nap? Yup. Hey, that's just fine by me. Go ahead and use one of the free beds. Let me get some tea and sweets for you too. Great. It always smells nice in here. Kind of relaxes me. I'm happy to see even Fee join the club. It's always good to have something that you can devote yourself to. You're students after all. Might as well make the most of your time here by trying all sorts of different things. Alright, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe.